So here we go. Richard's got his devil dice, and as always, it's a 6. I hate this dice. How many 6s can I roll in a row? None. Today, I'm back with Richard and his Hawk Lords, and I'm playing, of course, my Necrons, and it's coming right up.
Necrons!
Nick speaking, and welcome to this battle report. Right, I'm here again with Richard. Hello, Richard.
Hi Nick, how are you?
I am very well. I cannot wait to play this game. I've got my new Necron army. You've got your Hawk Lords back with some different units.
Yes.
So this is going to be fun. We're playing 2,000 points. Let's start off by looking at my Necron army. Okay, so here is my 2,000 point list. We've got 4 characters today. We have a Lord with a Resurrection Orb and a Staff of Light. We've got Orokin. We have an Overlord, which is going to be my Warlord. A Resurrection Orb, Void Scythe, and the Hypermaterial Ablator Enhancement. We then have a Technomancer with the Canoptic Cloak and the Veil of Darkness. Orokin and the Overlord is going to go with this unit of 10 Lich Guard with Warsai, and the other 2 characters are going to go with this unit with the Sword and Board. We've got 2 Doomsday Arcs, we've got 2 Reanimators, we've got 2 Annihilation Barges with the Gauss gun underslung. We've got 5 Flayed Ones. We've got 2 units of 5 Death Marks. We have 3 units of Gauss Immortals. And lastly, we've got 2 units of 3 Scarab Swarms. That comes in at 1,995 points. And I'm up against Richard's Hawk Lord's army. This is his new army, and today we've got some new units from our first game. So, Richard, what have you got today?
Right, so I've got a captain in Terminator armour with Terminators. I've got the Apothecary, Primaris Apothecary with my Desolators. I've got a 5-man Assault Squad. I've got a 5-man Infiltrator Squad. I've got the Ballistus Dreadnought, that's the new one. You put him against a Venerable and he looks massive. Stern Guard, 10-man Stern Guard going in the drop pod over there. I've got the Vindicator, the Howl Blasters. I've got an Infernus Squad. I've got 6 Scout Snipers in Landspeeder Storm.
Right, excellent. Okay, so we have randomly rolled for our mission. So let's find out what we are playing. Okay, so we've got the Sweeping Engagement Deployment map, and we are playing Scorched Earth, which is quite an interesting one. You can do an action on an objective, and if you're still holding that objective at the next command phase, that objective disappears, which is very interesting. Our mission rules, first we got the Maelstrom of Battle, which basically meant that we picked 2 more mission rules. We've got Delayed Reserves. So reserves on turn 2 come out on a 3+, and then we've also got Sweep and Clear, which is really interesting. Basically it means that once you've scored an objective, you stay in control of it even if you're not there anymore until your opponent takes control of it, which, well, Richard and I have discussed this, which we think means that even if you're killed off of the objective for Scorched Earth, then you can still remove that objective, assuming that your opponent doesn't claim that objective in their turn. So that is the mission. We are ready to go, so we're going to roll off for Attacker Defender, we're going to deploy, and then we'll be back for first turn. Okay, so I am the Defender, we are down. I have deployed the 2 Doomsday Arcs here with the Immortals. These are pipes. We've got the Reanimator with the Immortals just here. These are on the objective. We've then got Lich Guard here and Lich Guard over here, both behind buildings. This is an obscured building, this section. These are just pipes. We've got the 2 Annihilation Barges here. We've got some Scarabs just up over here. And in this corner we've got some more Scarab Swarms. I have infiltrated. I went first, we rolled off. I've infiltrated my Flayed Ones just there on the objective, and Richard's infiltrators are over on this objective. Rich, can you let me know what these are all here? Are these the Howl Blasters?
They're the Howl Blasters.
I'm getting used to it. We've got the Scout Speeder here.
Yeah.
Over there you've got something. This is
They're the Infernus Squad.
The Infernus Squad. Okay, Desolators. Oh yeah, of course. How can I forget? They're over here.
Yeah.
with the Dread and the Vindicator, and then we've got
The Assault
Intercessors, and then of course the drop pod with the
the
Stern
Stern
Guard.
Guard.
Yeah, Terminators and the Terminator Captain in reserve.
Yeah.
And that's it. So we're ready to roll off to find out who is going to go first. So here we go. Rich has got his devil dice, and as always, it's a 6. I hate this dice.
It did not. I rolled.
How many 6s can I roll in a row? None. Right, there you go. Okay, so yeah, Space Marines, turn 1. Okay, so we are both playing tactical objectives, which are drawn 2 cards, and they're pretty good. We've got Area Denial and Secure No Man's Land, so very doable cards. And Richard has done Oath of Moment on this Doomsday Arc, and he's given the Desolator squads critical hits on a 5+, right? Okay, so we're into the movement phase. Right, movement phase over. These guys have just moved up towards my flayed ones, and these units have come into the middle. The drop pod, of course, coming in here with the Stern card jumping out, and then we've got these infiltrators just moving up here. We're ready to shoot. Okay, first of all, we've got the new Dread here from the Leviathan box set, which is huge, massive Dread, shooting its big gun into the Doomsday Arc. And then the small guns over into the Immortals.
Yeah, I'll just make sure I'm about it.
Is it 24 inches?
Yeah,
should be in
rolling.
range. Yeah.
So, purple dice are the crack, yellow dice are the las cannon, needing freeze, re-rolling because of Oath of Moment
Yep.
on that, but not on the Stormbolters.
Okay. How come not on the Stormbolters?
Because Stormbolters are going into...
Oh, of course, yeah. We're going different unit.
las cannon is twin linked.
Yeah, it's a reroll wound.
The ones into the thing are strength 10 and strength 12, so I'm needing freeze. This is strength 4, but it's twin linked. The white
Okay.
and your mortals are
Toughness 5.
so I need 5s on that.
Okay, so
So
3s and 5s on the white. White misses.
Yeah, so 1 crack,
1 crack.
but that's twin linked and then still misses. Yeah.
Okay.
So 1 crack at -2.
Okay, so I'll be on my 4-up invulnerable save. And I save it.
Okay.
So next up is the Vindicator shooting its big gun, presumably at the Doomsday Arc.
Big gun and the hunter killer missile.
Yep.
Stormbolter into the.
Immortals again. Yeah.
So D6 +3
Okay.
shots.
4.
4 shots. Killer missile needs 2, re-rollable.
Yep.
Freeze re-rollable, and
The white is
freeze and then twin link. So there we go.
yeah. Reroll wounds.
Yeah. Ooh. Let's move on. And the missile will both of those. Freeze again. Everything's freeze, but re-rolling. So
3.
3 up.
Minus something. I'm sure I'll be on my 4-up invuln.
Yeah, it will be. They're both -3.
Yeah. 4-up. Do I need to allocate these?
Not really. They're all D6.
Okay, right.
So
Save none of them.
8 wounds.
8 wounds. Okay, next it's the Desolators. All their indirect guns
Yeah,
are going to be
attacking.
shooting into the Doomsday Arc.
And I'm
you're
giving them
using-
fire a storm, which
Okay.
basically gives, because they're in bolter discipline, gives me an extra AP.
Right, okay.
2, 4, 6, 8.
What's their normal
9.
AP then?
Mine. There's 0 on the
No, okay, yeah.
but 1 and the Venga is -1, so it becomes -1 and -2.
Yeah, and the -1's going to be useful because it puts me on my 4-up.
Yeah. So these are the number of shots. That's D6. These are D3.
Okay, I have
So-
6 wounds left on my Doomsday Arc, so let's see how this goes.
So 6.
The Devil Dice reliably gets a 6.
So the Castellans are hitting on 3s, and the Venga launcher is hitting on 2s. So the whites are 2s,
Right,
but I'm looking for 5s and 6s.
so even though you can't see, you can still hit on 2s, yeah?
Yeah, they ignore indirect fire.
Right.
So, oh look at that. Is it? So they're 3s.
Yeah, got a few 2s there.
Yeah, but I get to reroll those. So what I want to do first is take out these 5s and 6s, just because they actually give me extra hits, and then just reroll everything else. And oh, that's nice.
So you got more dice than when you started,
10, yeah.
even with all those 1s and 2s.
Yeah, and then I'll get 3 extra whites as well.
The Desolation Squad obviously gone up in points now,
Yes.
quite a bit.
Yeah,
points.
34 points.
Still a good investment, but you're probably not going to see more than 1 unit.
Oh, I'd say 2 units at max.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put 3 units in, but then you're
Limiting what you can.
What you will.
Yeah.
So 6s on the purple, 5s on the white, but re-rollable.
Okay. Yep.
So it's not too shabby.
Rerollable because of Oath of Moment.
Yep. Oh, those 6s.
There's another one here, Rich.
Yeah, it's not gonna. One more on there. So you've got 3 at -2.
Okay, 3 at -2.
And then
So that's on a 4 up. That's 1 goes through. How many damage is
2.
that?
That's 2 damage.
Okay, so I'm down to 4 wounds.
And then you've got 2, 4, 6, 9. 9 at -1.
So 4 up. Wait there, do I get cover save? I don't gain some things, do I?
No.
No. Okay, 4 ups. No. I saved 3 out of 9. Look at all those 2s.
Ouch, yeah.
Okay, does he explode? No. Right, Richard continued to shoot. He shot his speeder there with all the scouts in at my Lich Guard, used precision shots. However, the -1 from stealth and then the -1 to wound from the Lich Guard really helped me. Richard did get a few wounds through, but I saved them all. I did lose 1 wound on the Annihilation Bard from the drop pod, and then the Stern Guard shot into my Immortals and, well, only lost 1 Immortal, which I was quite surprised about. So that is it. Richard does have this unit to shoot, but instead of shooting, he's going to assault me here. So, Rich, how many inches do you need?
Well, I'd say about 7, I think. I mean, it might be 6, but... Ooh, it's 8. Yeah, it is 6.
6-inch charge, I'm sure you'll get this.
So I only need a 5 on the dice.
That's all you need. Easy for you, because usually it's a 9 or 11 you roll. Ooh! Oh, is he going to CP it? Is he going to
I haven't got a CP.
Haven't you? Have you used it?
I used it on the,
Okay.
on the stratagem on them.
Right, so that's it then, yeah?
Yeah.
End of turn 1. You did get your secondaries though, did you?
Yeah. He could charge.
Oh, okay.
He'll charge.
He's going to charge back up. He's got back up. Don't roll double 1. 4.
He's in. Only just.
Oh.
Yeah, he's 5 inches.
Okay,
so
he's in.
He's in. And he'll
hurt me. Okay, do your worst then, Rich. What you got? 5 attacks?
5 attacks, hitting on 3s. So. Wounding on 3s.
Okay, all in. Another 6 on the devil dice.
Consistency is good.
Yeah. What AP is that?
There's no AP on it.
No AP? Okay, so 4 ups. That's a shooting one, I suppose, that thing.
Yeah.
1 goes through.
So it's 1 dead.
1 dead. Okay, 1 dead flayed 1. So now we get to attack back. Okay, so we got 4 attacks each. These are sustained hits, so we're looking for 6s. We get 0 6s. However, we only missed with 4 dice, and now we are twin linked. So we are strength 4. What's your toughness?
Toughness 10, so 6s.
Okay,
Re-rolling.
6s re-rolling. So now we definitely need to see some 6s. We can see 1, and we can get to re-roll.
When.
We get at least another 1. Yeah, so 2 6s. There we go. 2 saves.
2 saves, no AP,
Yeah, -1 AP, 1 damage.
so 3 ups.
Both saved. Okay, so end of turn 1 for the Space Marines, the Hawk Lords, and they had 2 really good cards, like I said at the beginning of the turn. and which had achieved both of them, giving him 10 points for secondary off the bat. So it's now Necron's turn 1. Let's hope that we get some good cards. Here we go. Right, I drew extended battle lines, hold my objective and one objective in no man's land, and then cleanse, which is to do an action on an objective and basically control it for points. So doable, definitely doable. Right, first of all, we're going to do our RP and Battle Shock, which we don't have any Battle Shocked units to test for. So yeah, RP and then movement phase. Okay, so end of the movement phase, I moved the Lich Guard unit around this side here, eyeing up the assault with that Dreadnought. However, I'm hoping to kill the Dreadnought with some shooting, so that then I can allocate these flayed ones to do the action on the objective. Of course, I can't do that once I'm locked in combat because I don't have a gun, so that's the don't have a gun and do action sort of rule. Over this side of the table, I moved the Reanimator over and the Lich Guard moved. The Vindicator shot me using the Overwatch stratagem. I lost 2 Lich Guard. I used my stratagem and managed to bring them both back to full strength. I gave this Annihilation Barge the assault weapon ability, and then I advanced it. I'm on the objective, I'm going to do the action with that, and then we move these of course up towards these guys. And that's it, so we're now preparing to shoot. Okay, we're going to start with the big one, the Doomsday Arc into the Dreadnought. Of course he's locked in combat, I'm going to be -1 to hit, right? However, we haven't moved, so we'd normally be hitting on 2, so it will still be 3s. Right, how many shots? We've got D6 plus 1. That is not good. I've got no command points, so that is not a good start. Okay, here we go. So we need 3s. We get both in. Strength 15, toughness 10, so 3s. We get 1 through. -4.
5.
Nope, 4 damage.
Leaves him on 5 wounds, I believe. No, leaves him on 8 wounds.
8 wounds, my god. Okay, and then the small guns needing 3s. These are sustained. We get 3 6s. The 2s and 1s miss. So we get 3 back for the sustained. And then strength 4. Toughness 10, did you say?
Yeah, so
yeah,
6s.
Just the 1.
2 up.
Saved.
It's not -1, is it?
No AP. Right, we're down to the Immortals. We've got 5 Immortals shooting at the Dreadnoughts. These are lethal hits, but we're going to be hitting on 4s because of the -1. So we get 1.
Ouch. Ouch.
Okay, and then we need to roll 6s, and we can, is it 6s?
Yeah.
Strength 5, yeah. Re-rollable because you're on the objective. No. Right, I'm running out of guns. I'm going to shoot the Annihilation Barge, believe it or not, at the drop pod because, well, it's on the objective and it's just going to sit there all game if I don't deal with it. So that's what I'm going to target. So here we go. We will need 3s, of course, looking for 6s, sustained hits. We get 2 of them.
So 2.
Those miss, but we get that and that. And these are twin linked, so reroll wounds. These are going to be strength 8, so I'm going to need 3s on your drop pod. Re-rolling the misses. So all in, so 7 wounds, no AP of course.
Ooh. Freeze. So it takes a wound.
2 damage.
Right, it takes 2 wounds.
Okay, and then the gun underneath, we've got the Gauss cannon. So again, we need 3s. 3 6s, that's nice because the Gauss cannon is lethal hits, so they go straight through. -2 and 2 damage, those ones. So does it explode? No. It doesn't. Okay, and then we've got the Malevolent Arcing. Okay, arcing on this unit on a 5+. Nope. On the Scout Squad. Nope. Okay, so my Reanimator Beam and Immortal shot into these guys. I killed 1 guy and I got 1 guy down to a wound. And that is everything that has shot. So now we're moving into the assault phase. I'm going to assault here onto that dreadnought, and I'm going to attempt to assault these guys onto the infiltrators just there. Okay, so I got both of those into combat. I rolled a 9 for this unit and an 11 for this unit. I'm going to start over here with the warside guys. So here we are coming in. We are going to need 3s. Let's take the 1s and 2s out. Okay, there's another 2 there, thanks Rich. And these are coming in at strength 8.
2s.
Devastating wounds.
So those 5 are what?
2 damage each.
So
-3.
yeah, so yeah, they're devastating wounds.
Devastating wounds, yeah.
So we'll worry about the devastating wounds.
Yeah.
I get a 6 up, feel no pain. So
Makes 1.
1's taken a wound.
2 wounds.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, is there only 1 that failed, was it?
Yeah, because these are devastating wounds go straight.
Yeah. The
straight
devastatings go. How many devastators were there? 4, right?
Yeah, 5.
5.
So it's taken 1.
Yeah.
And you've got.
These all missed. Yeah.
No, so 1 dead, 1 on the wound. Yeah, 1 on the wound. Next one.
What are all these though over here?
They're ones I've got to roll after the.
Ah, you're doing right. Okay. Right.
So another 1 dead.
That's why I was getting confused.
Yeah. So 3rd 1 dead. He's on. 4th one's on the wound. Takes 1, and the 5th one's got 1 wound left.
Right. Okay.
So now he gets his save. What's the minuses?
So yeah, -3.
So 6s. So
That's 4 6s. Look at that.
still 2 damage.
Yeah, it's still 2 damage.
So he needs to
Yeah.
save them. No.
No. Okay, unit dead. Right, this unit next. I've used the My Will Be Done ability and given these the Hungry Void. So +1 to strength, +1 to AP. Of course, their weapons aren't quite as good, but we do get more dice. So 3 attacks each. We are going to need 3s. So here we go, 3s. Taking out the misses. 1 there.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
So normally strength 6, strength 7 is not going to help me in this occasion. I'm looking for the extra AP really. So we are going to need 5s. So a few 6s here and 5s. Take out them. It's not too bad. So normally it'd be -3 AP, but now it's normally -2, so now it's -3.
So need 5s.
Okay.
And there's 2 damage apiece.
1 damage each, these ones.
1 damage each.
Yeah, they're not as good.
Ooh. You kill him?
I kill him. Does he explode?
Not
No.
quite.
Okay, so that is the end of turn 1 for the Necrons. So I've done the action on this objective and claimed it, so that gave me 3 points. I'm also holding 2 objectives in No Man's Land and my one. That's 5 points. So 8 points for the Necrons. I'm only 2 points behind as we move into turn 2 for the Hawklords. Okay, so turn 2, Richard drew 2 cards. He's got Storm Hostile Objective. Basically, I think it's clear an objective that's owned by me and behind enemy lines. Richard has moved. Let's see what he's done. He's deep striked his Terminators in just here. We've got the speeder there. The scouts disembarked into the building. These guys are eyeing up my Lich Guards along with these guys. And then these guys over here have moved forward. So let's see what happens in the shooting phase. Right, end of the shooting phase. Not too much damage there. I lost 2 immortals from shooting here. Survived everything over here that came in over here. I lost 4 of my flayed ones. one flayed, one left, and I lost 2 Lich Guard. I did use a CP to reanimate the Lich Guard. So yeah, that was that. We're now moving into the assault phase. Right, Richard has assaulted. We've got the flayed ones in assault with those guys, the intercessors, assault intercessors, right?
Yeah.
The flayed one is definitely going to die. We've got the Stern Guard in assault with the Lich Guard there. And then over here we've got the Terminators in assault with the Annihilation Barge. Right, end of turn 2 for the Space Marines. I did lose my Annihilation Barge here, then they moved on to the objective. And then over here the Stern Guard attacked my Lich Guard. I lost 1 wound. And the flayed one was totally destroyed, of course, by the assault intercessors, who then consolidated into my Lich Guard. I attacked back. I had to split my attacks. I killed 1 intercessor and I killed a couple of Stern Guard. And that's it. Richard didn't achieve any of his secondaries this turn, as we move into turn 2 for the Necrons. Okay, my cards are Engage in all fronts and Storm Hostile Objective, which is what Richard just had. Let's see if we can achieve those. Okay, end of the movement phase for Necrons. I've started to actually do some movement this time. I need to get into position, so that was the plan. So I moved the Doomsday Ark over here with the Reanimator. I advanced these, they got a 6-inch advance. I advanced my Immortals onto the centre objective, which meant I controlled the objective for my secondary. However, Richard decided to overwatch with his intercessors, no, not intercessors, desolators, how can I forget what they are, and absolutely annihilated my Immortals, even needing 6s to hit. So I lost the objectives, so then I had to advance the Reanimator. I needed a 5, and I rolled a 6 on the advance roll, so I'm back on the objective. Obviously I'm OC3, the land speed at only OC1, which was useful. I've then moved the Annihilation Barge over here in range of the Reanimator. These guys have just moved slightly to the left in range of the Reanimator, ready to assault here. Before we assault though, we need to shoot. Okay, end of the shooting phase. I basically targeted the Vindicator and I managed to get it down to 2 wounds. So not quite killing it, but at least I badly damaged it. Right, now into the assault. Okay, into the assault phase. We're not going to talk about the assault phase, are we, Rich?
No.
So I attacked with my Warside Lich Guard, and Richard saved everything, almost. I did kill 1 Terminator. Yeah, he rolled an amazing amount of 5s and 6s. However, in return, he did kill 2 Lich Guard, and I used my RP strat to get 1 back up. So we're just there on the objective. Over here I killed a few intercessors and I believe a Stern Guard guy, and I lost a couple of Lich Guard. So we're just sort of slugging it out basically over the objectives. I did score both of my secondary objective cards. It was another 8 points as we move into turn 3 for the Space Marines. Right, okay, I just had a twig, so excuse my munchiness. So Richard drew his card. He's got Bring It Down along with Storm Hostile Objective, which he had previously. He's moved the Desolators forward into the building and the Vindicator just there. The Vindicator took a battle shock test but didn't fail it. Remained stationary with the Speeder and the Snipers, and the Terminators have fallen back and these guys have moved up over here.
They remain stationary too.
These remain stationary at the back as well. Okay, so let's move into the shooting phase. Right, shooting phase over. I lost my Doomsday Ark to the Vindicator and then to the Desolators with their crack missiles. Over here, these units in assault shot me but no damage. Over here, I lost a couple of Lich Guard but got them back with the RP stratagem. And that was it. So, oh no, I did lose an Immortal. Hey. Right, there you go. So let's move into the assault phase. Okay, assault phase over. I was assaulted here by the Terminators who were in the assault doctrine?
The tactical
doctrine. So he could basically fall back and shoot and reassault. However, my Reanimator absolutely bossed it. Only lost 1 wound. Did no damage in return. Over here we continued the assault. I managed to kill all the intercessors this time. There's 4 Stern Guard left who killed 1 of my Lich Guard. And that is it. Richard did get points for killing the Doomsday Ark. He had Bring It Down. As we move into Necrons, turn 3. Okay, so my cards are behind enemy lines and no prisoners. Okay, I scored 15 points for primary. I moved the Immortals onto the objective and the Reanimator up in range of the Lich Guard. I left the Reanimator in combat. Hopefully he'll boss it again, we will see. The Annihilation Barge has moved round in line of sight of a few items there to try and kill. And then the Lich Guard have moved up to this unit here. My 2 Death Marks have deep striked in here for behind enemy lines. Richard did Overwatch and he killed one of them. So that's it, let's move into the shooting phase. Okay, in the shooting phase, I got the Vindicator down to 1 wound, shooting from the Immortals, the Reanimator. This vehicle shot into these after the Death Marks shot into them. 1 unit did. Got them down to 2. I did shoot the first Death Marks at those over there. I killed 4 of them, but Richard removed them so the second unit couldn't shoot. So I couldn't destroy the whole unit, which obviously is what my secondary objectives is about, but still, I did do some good damage. Right, let's move into the assault phase. Okay, so the Lich Guard assaulted those guys and killed them. The Reanimator, well, didn't take any wounds and I didn't do any back, as you can imagine. Over here I killed 3 of the Stern Guard. 1 Stern Guard left on 1 wound. It's like playing Orcs. However, that did deny me killing a unit. The single guy over there denied me killing a unit, so I only killed 1 unit. That was 2 points. I did get behind enemy lines with 2 units though, so that was 7 points in total. As we move into the Space Marines, turn 4. Okay, so Gambit time. Richard has declared a Gambit. He's going for delaying tactics. He needs to be in close combat at the end of his turn 5. His secondaries, he's now drawn Teleports Homers, and he's got Capture Enemy Outpost, which is basically my objective. Okay, he's currently moving his Stern Guard. This is heating up. Let's see what happens. Okay, movement phase. This speeder up over here, which is going to do the teleport homers here. We've got Oath of Moment on my Lich Guard. The Stern Guard's fallen back. We've got the Vindicator and the Desolators there eyeing us up. The Scouts have advanced. They're in the Tactical Doctrine, yeah. So advanced down the building onto the objective. And then we've got this lonely guy over here coming up to my Death Marks. Okay, end of the shooting phase, and from now on you're going to hear a voiceover because I wasn't able to record sounds for the rest of the game. So I lost my Immortals over here from shooting from the Desolators who split fire. They killed all of the Lich Guard with their crack missiles and the rest of the guns went into the Immortals. I had 1 Immortal left. The Reanimator took some pistol shots but didn't have any damage, and this lonely guy over here shot at my Death Marks and did nothing. In the assault phase I was assaulted by all of Richard's units. I lost a couple of Immortals, a couple of wounds on my Technomancer. My Reanimator was actually damaged this time round and he's down to 2 wounds. Over the other side of the table I was assaulted with that lonely guy, but my Death Marks killed him. Richard did none of his secondary objectives turn 4 and I got Area Denial and Investigate Signals. I did Reanimation. I got this unit up to 3. I'm going to try to target this speeder, try to get rid of it. My other unit of Immortals got back up to full strength, so back up to 5, and I just stayed locked in combat over there. My Reanimator got all of his wounds back. The Annihilation Barge is on the objective, but I do move it again in a minute so that it can shoot through the building. And then I use the Veil of Darkness, which I declared in Richard's turn, and moved the unit over there. I then moved the Death Marks, 1 of them into the corner for my secondary objective. Okay, so then I shot into the land speeder and I got it down to 2 wounds, didn't quite kill it. In the assault phase, not much happened. I lost an Immortal, a couple of wounds on my Lord. Nothing happened with the Reanimator. I did my secondary objective. I had 3 corners, which gave me 6 points. Okay, Space Marines turn 5. He's got Assassination and Overwhelming Force for his secondaries. He shot at a couple of things and then we went into the assault phase. He did manage to kill 1 of my characters, the Technomancer. We were just slugging it out over there in close combat. And that was the end of the turn for Richard. Of course, he played a gambit. He had 6 units in close combat, so he had 6 dice to roll, and he had to get 4 4s to achieve his gambit. So here's Richard rolling his gambit. Now, we all know how good Richard is at rolling dice, so actually he didn't fail 1 4, he rolled 4s for all 6. So he achieved 30 points on his gambit. Okay, my turn 5, I got to deploy teleport homers and secure no man's land, which I couldn't do, so I used a CP and switched the card out. And I got capture enemy outpost, which was fantastic. That was basically get the objective in Richard's deployment zone. However, I'd already burnt the objective in Richard's deployment zone, so I didn't get the card points, which was 8, but I did get 10 points for burning the objective in Richard's deployment zone. Not much happened actually on the table, and we came to the end of the game. So the final score for Hawklords Ultra wins. They got 45 points after doing their gambit, pretty nice. 27 points for secondaries, not a bad score. So in total, with painted, Richard scored 82 points. Nick, flexing the big guns, scored maximum points for primary, 50 points. 34 points for secondary. So with painted, that gave me a fantastic 94 points. How about that? A Necron victory. And what an amazing game that was. I was really happy with the result. Now, if you want to see some of my other battle reports, there's a playlist for you. And here's a playlist where I talk about Necron tactics, which you may enjoy watching next.